Bundy. I was born November 24, 1946. I was born from a single mother who gave me up to my grandparents. I grew up thinking that my grandparents were my parents and that my mom was my sister. I never found out who my actual dad was. At an early age, I was introduced to pornography by my grandfather, and I started to become obsessed with peeping through people's windows and watching them get undressed and doing personal stuff. I was very popular in junior high, but once I went into high school I became antisocial. I went to the University of Washington and graduated with a degree in psychology. I then attended law school in Utah, but I never graduated because I dropped out. What else? I had a girlfriend when I was 20. Her name was Stephanie, and she broke up with me, and led to my depression. And that night when I broke up with her, that was the night that I first committed my first killing. I went into a girl's basement and I attacked her, I raped her, and I beat her a couple times, but she didn't die. And then later on I started committing more murders, and I would beat the person, I would kill them, and then I would rape them, and then I would dispose of their bodies really far from I first killed them. I would then go back and visit their bodies, and I would perform necrophilia on them. And I was caught one time when I was driving down Florida in a stolen car, and there was no passenger seat, so the police officer pulled me over and searched my car and found a rope, a ski mask, a crowbar, and handcuffs, and that was it.
So that was when you were first caught. How did they find out that you did all these awful things to these people?
Well, they found a couple of the bodies, and in another car they also found DNA that belonged to 3 victims, and then they started to connect the murders to the things that they found in my car.
How many victims would you say that you had?
I confessed to killing 36 people, but some believe that I killed more than 100.
And what was the time span of all these murders?
It was every couple weeks I would kill a new victim.
Every couple of weeks. And that went on for a long time, right?
Yeah, that went on for 10 years or so.
And what was your work history? Did you ever have a steady job, or?
I volunteered at a police station one time, and then I worked with an assistant of the governor, and then I didn't really have any steady jobs at that time.
And were all your victims female, or did they all follow the same MO? Did you rape all of them?
All of the victims were female, but some believe that I killed one man. That was never really proved, but yeah, they all have the same MO. I would rape them, kill them, beat them, and then I would go back and perform necrophilia on the bodies.
Can you explain to us the experience of killing for the first time?
When I first killed for the first time, I felt like I was getting all my anger out, while also feeling the passion, because since I was introduced to pornography when I was very young, I felt the only way to fulfill my obsession was to actually perform the acts and be violent while performing the sexual act. So I felt by killing I was fulfilling my passion and my obsession.
So you think your childhood kind of motivated you to commit all these murders?
I definitely think my childhood did.
Alright, and would you describe yourself as organized or a disorganized killer?
I would think that I'm an organized killer because they never found some of the bodies, and I always like had the same ammo, and they didn't catch me for like a couple years because I never really left like any clues behind.
Did you engage in any criminal activity prior to the murders?
Only when I was a teenager I used to steal some things, but that was before I was 18, so it was never on my record.
Oh, so they had no record of that when
Yeah,
you
they had
turned
no
18?
record of that.
So what were your convictions, your sentences? Did you receive the death penalty? Are you still in jail?
I received a death penalty, but I was on the death row for 17 years.
Where were you
It was in
imprisoned?
Florida.
In Florida.
Florida State Prison.
Where were you born again?
In Burlington, Vermont.
Burlington, Vermont. And you went down to Florida.
Yeah. And then on January 24th, 1989, I was electrocuted at the Florida State Prison by electric chair.
Florida State Prison. All right, that was very good. Thank you so much, Ted.
You're welcome.